Hey YouTube, so I've been checking out on a lot on the police that are doing a lot of racism and of course white police on a black citizen. And one thing that got me thinking, like, no, come on, like, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white, I don't care you're law enforcement, I don't care if you're just regular citizen, homeless, I don't care what situation, whether you're religious, whether you're atheist, whether you're the big shot, whether you're not. We know different from anybody else's, and this is not how I want to honor this country or a nation to criticize someone just because we think we can. And if those of us that want to put God first, we need to start demonstrating what putting God first is, how we need to care for one another. If you don't care for what doing the right thing is, then that's your choice, and hopefully the right law enforcement will get you for wherever the situation is. But no, come on, I mean, racism shouldn't be part of this kind of situation, you know. And I mean, I can understand that we all can be competitive. You know, sometimes it's okay to joke around. You know, a little bit dirty joke sometimes, long for the right standard reason. But we live in a world that there's so many sin that we do so many wrong things that I believe that a lot of us can be blind to understand what the truth is. And I myself included, be raised to be a special need, and I didn't ever come to standard of where my head or where my dream is at. And so, I think it's very important to fight for your right. We have history, not just through Black History Month of black people that trying to do the right thing for the right situation, even though that the law was on them to be second class citizen, which I still are definitely against, no matter what the standard is. But we have other racism, as in Hebrews and people that are disabled, and no, come on, this is a sick situation, and I feel like they have no place here on Earth. So one thing that I do want to say that those that struggle with this kind of situation, it's really hard sometimes to find peace to this kind of situation, and that's what I love about the history of Martin Luther King Jr. He's definitely bringing the biggest honor. But other people that should bring more honor is people that are white during time of Martin Luther King Jr. Or further history to slave time. John Brown and Harriet Tubman had discovered the Underground Railroad, and nobody could catch Harriet Tubman for catching her for escaping the responsibility of the runaway slave. And yeah, so there's something that we need to think about, that just because someone gets angry because they think they can, what can you do to find peace to do kind of situation? When Martin Luther King Jr. said that we should have violence with non-violent, people in the street that know me know that fight is not the answer. And I encourage you guys not to give up on finding this peace. And we need to be involved around more people so we can try to bring more encouragement to others for peace as well. So, whoever want to believe in racism, I encourage you guys to say, the best thing to do is trying to bring peace to this kind of situation. And let me tell you, God is the most powerful weapon of all. I have survived in the street and will lay it down, against, law enforcement against weapon, doesn't matter what the situation is. I did all the peace for the right standard. I'm glad I chose not to do any drugs. Otherwise, people theory could be the truth, that could be a threat. So, and it could become true if I did some drugs and everything like that. But, again, where I'm coming from, I believe in peace, and I encourage you guys to bring the love of, or encouragement to bring peace, and understand the history we have, not just for black people, but others that have studied for peace, like Jesus Christ and Shaddai from Buddha. And sadly, we only got at least a handful in history who chose to follow spiritual paths, or they choose the right situation to encourage others for peace. And to me, for us I study, I believe that no one bring more peace than I think is Shaddai. And Shaddai have bring other people, and I'm sure there's some other people before Shaddai have bring a lot more peace. And the generation history goes on from there. So yeah. So just of course you guys think about that when you think about anger about this kind of situation, whether it's racism or poor adjustment or misjudged by one another situation. I want to encourage you guys to think and pray. What can you do to bring peace to yourself? Encourage you guys that just because you can be in a bad environment doesn't mean that you could choose that path. And I believe that it's more important of understanding what is to be an example to one another and bring peace of example and not trying to be angry about it. But again, we are people, even though I say this right now, I could be angry about something else later. And that's part of life to just learn to figure it out. Who are we? What do we need to adjust to? What do we need to bring back to the communities? How can we help and serve? And that's why I'm all for, not only I'm all for it, but how we need to, how I can try and encourage to keep move forward, bringing peace to myself, to the communities. So yeah. So I just want to encourage you guys to continue to bring peace to yourself and to each other. And how you guys can encourage one another to know that we heal for one another, not to put people down. And I just hope that the law enforcement will show more encouragement to one another. And if the citizens have to show more peaceful or respectful standard to the law enforcement, then I'll say that we're doing a job as a citizen of how we need to encourage others. To be an example to others. But I do want to say that sometimes it is kind of sad that I'm being a bad example to others who's old enough to be my parents or grandparents. And deep down, just to look at myself, thinking like how sad that is sometimes. But if I could bring the goodness to others, to let them see how good example I am, then I'm leading the light to shine of light to others, saying that I can have peace, you can have as well. And that's what I believe the encouragement should be to one another. So comment and describe what you want to, and please continue to bring peace to one another. We need peace more than ever through this coronavirus nationwide. And so whatever you do, how you're going to do it, whether it's praying, talk to one another, have a sense of humor, we need more than ever to the world today. Peace, guys. See ya.